Hello there, and welcome to the Critcast. And as we were leaving off, the robot was exploding in their faces for 14, 22, 25 points of damage.
Physical damage?
Explosive damage.
Oh, okay.
No.
Damn it!
So,
I should have used
25
the
was
thing
that?
let me...
25 points of damage.
25.
I should have saved my encounter power.
I should have not saved. I should have used my encounter power.
What is your encounter power, Bluecat?
Oh, the card, the thing that.
Well, I mean,
let
what is
me
it? Adaptive resistance?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's a bit late to use it now because now you're taking damage. Well,
I was confused on what the type of
Oh,
thing
no.
it was, and I was expecting that type of damage to happen again.
I see.
I'm on -8.
Oh.
I'm on -5.
I'm on -1.
-8. There we go.
Everyone make death saves!
Is that
Uh,
a flat D20 or?
Yeah, it's a flat D20,
-5,
no modifiers.
Get it right.
I get confused.
3!
Perry, you have one mark.
Do I?
Five.
Oh wait. Oh no, I'm not adjacent to any of my
Well-
people.
Let's put it this way. Since you're out of combat, here's how we're going to do this. You only have to get two rolls above 10, as opposed to getting 3 rolls below 10.
Oh my!
This is not looking good for you guys.
okay, so...
This is going to be a short episode.
2!
This is going to be a short episode. Perry, don't die, Perry. This wasn't supposed to kill you. Alright, you have one success, Craig. You're good. Roll another one.
so-
Guys, stop!
No! Come on.
No.
Alright, Craig, you live.
Safe.
You're up and you're fully healed.
Okay.
Oh!
Perry, you died.
Oh, Perry.
Ah!
I don't want to make another.
This was not
okay,
supposed to kill you guys.
I'm going to
I refuse to
walk
make
over here and can I help?
Yeah, make a... What do we got here on your skills? Hold on, let's see what you got in your skills here that you could use to help him out.
I want to take back my role.
We paid 60. Let's say you make a... Either a science or a nature check.
I'll take the science check.
Alright. If you
Yeah,
get
plus
below
9
or get above a certain amount, a certain DC, we'll say you give him a +2 bonus. You don't give him a +2 bonus.
I'm sorry.
Blue Cat, make your roll.
Isn't that... Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Hold
God.
on, I'm gonna turn on the 3D animation for dramatic effect.
Da 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 da.
You should enable 3D.
Oh
my God.
I am the survivor, king of the hill.
Oh no!
Did I get any bonuses for these?
Dwayne Grimsby.
I don't think you do, unfortunately.
He lives on.
I can check, but I don't think you do. Let's see, you are
Who am
a...
I?
You're
How many
pyrotechnic.
hit points am
No. You are a empath, which I think is the only thing that would give you anything. No, you only give allies adjacent. Sorry.
I?
And Blue Cat's dead. That wasn't supposed to kill you guys. But you're dead.
Get a better class than deals damage to allies and heals allies.
So, you guys can spend some time creating your characters as I talk to Craig here about what happens.
Am I on like full health?
You're full. You're maxed now.
I
You're back to
expect
max.
some storyline revival.
You're making a new character.
I,
So, Craig, you can salvage. You can take their Omega Tech, by the way, if you wanna take it with you.
But they're Omega Tech.
Yeah, you can loot their
I-
bodies.
I may as well.
Yeah. So, guys, tell him what you have, and he'll write it down.
He can't take mine though.
Why not?
Unless he takes my robot parts.
What is your Omega Tech?
Where?
I see thermal energy and shit.
That's not your Omega Tech. That was your last mutation, wasn't it?
I don't know.
What's the name of your
How can
Omega
you-
Tech?
Mutation.
Face.
got this at the very beginning of the
I think it's
game.
face. Is it the face mask?
Yeah, I think it's a face mask.
How can you take my
Didn't he use that?
Yeah, he already used that actually, so that's not
Yeah,
even usable
so-
anymore.
That's
So the only thing left
Goodbye.
is the music box that Perry, not Perry, that
music
Bluecat had.
box.
So just write down music box in your clip.
Yeah. That's all
GG character. Good.
done.
You'll always be missed,
okay.
Mr. Radioactive Android. You were
Cool.
an amazing character, and Seth had to kill you off.
The next.
Perry, you had 24
after-
hit points.
I had 25 hit points.
No, you had 24, and you took
Oh yeah.
25.
You shouldn't have made an explosion
fair,
that says
to-
25. You shouldn't have done an explosion.
I
that
didn't think he was gonna do that
killed
much.
one.
I rolled exceptionally well, unfortunately.
I was on like -8.
Fuck you.
Bluecat, why weren't you next to them to give them the bonuses? I'm not. It's fine.
Should have
Um,
killed them.
Accidental TPK, you know.
Dwayne,
Gamma World is a
Dwayne gets
dangerous
on his
place.
knees.
Sorry, what were you
He
saying?
gets on, Dwayne gets on his knees and he mourns the loss of the two characters whose names he didn't even get to learn.
Dwayne also gets
Smoky
150
twitches.
experience.
Smokey the robot and
Smoky twitches.
Smokey smoking, by the way.
Okay, twitches.
yeah. Uh,
Seth. Oh fuck you, Seth.
so what's left? Just like because everything's just been blown to hell. I've stood up. Everyone else is dead. What's left?
Why did the
Are you in the
fire
room?
guy die to an explosion?
Because explosion's different than fire. Anyway, so you look over the robot. Do you give me a mechanics check?
I want to give you mechanics. Let me see my bonuses.
You guys should be making characters, by the way, while this is going on. Let me know what you
I don't know how
get.
to make a character.
Well, make a character.
Did you not understand the last thing I just said?
I did, and I'm saying make a character. If you want to use, there's a
Let's
quick and
see.
easy like one-button character generation. If you don't want to put the effort into doing your own roles.
If you use that thing,
The thing you linked gives you like automatic character generation. If you're too lazy to make your own
the
character
button,
again.
there's kind of like a dice symbol as well that appears, and if you click
Yes.
that, it gives you your random stuff, like next to in all of the different sections. It just completely randomizes everything for you. So, yeah, have fun.
Alright, so a 14. Craig, I need you to make 3d20 rolls with a +3 to them.
Surely he can save me. I'm a robot.
Nope.
Kind of. Please.
You're
With
broken.
+3, did
You're
you
broke.
say?
Yeah, with a 3d20 rolls with a +3.
Broken.
Okay.
Broken.
+3.
See,
Wow.
guys, I told you in the first encounter he was out to kill us.
No, Gamer World is an exceptionally dangerous place.
Wait, is that? There you go. 9, 18, and 5.
Alright, so you are able to salvage from this robot a hand rocket. So it's a one-handed ranged weapon that creates an area burst 1 within 20 squares and just does a lot of damage. So you have a hand rocket, and what was the other one?
And rocket.
An 18. So 9, 15. You have a flash neurojack. When you plug this little, basically it's something you slap onto the back of your neck. It's a minor action, and you gain an extra standard action, and you get a +1 bonus to speed until the end of the encounter.
Awesome.
So you gain 1 extra action and you move a little faster. And a 5. Oops, I zoomed in too far. You now also have a Mark 1 power armor. It's heavy armor. It's an encounter. You have an encounter power. The trigger is an immediate interrupt trigger. You take damage. You gain resist 5 to all damage until the end of your next turn. You can
Awesome.
salvage this as a second level character, and it becomes heavy armor +8 armor bonus to AC, +1 armor bonus to reflex and fortitude. You
Oh
can
wow!
only wear.
So how do I? Sorry, how do I have to use it first before I salvage it, or?
You can use it as armor, but it just acts as regular armor. And then when you use it, you salvage it and you keep it as that permanent armor.
Oh, okay. So
When you say you're wearing this power armor, you use its ability to negate some damage, then you salvage it. You get it as a +8 AC bonus, +1 bonus to reflex and fortitude, but you don't ever get its actual interrupt power again.
oh no, that's cool.
All right, but you already
that's
have
cool.
armor, so you have to pick which one you're wearing.
Okay, all right now, because I was wearing like heavy armor. So if I put this,
Because you have that ceramatic metal suit.
mm,
The one that has.
yeah,
an
I
attack-
wasn't actually wearing that. I was just using regular armor.
Oh, okay. So you
Regular
probably want to
heavy
put
armor.
one of those two on.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put the what was it called? So, hang on, it's Mark 1 power armor.
Yep,
was it?
Mark 1 power armor.
Where's that? Uh, Whereabouts is it? Sorry, I'm just looking.
It's like page 10 and page 9.
Okay, hang on.
So, how are your characters coming along, guys?
Oh, I have one.
No comment.
What, do you guys have origins yet?
I'm
What-
just writing down a template.
Alright, what's your origin,
I'll make 1 power armor.
Bluecat?
Okay, I made it.
You already got the entire character sheet done?
Yeah.
So what are you?
Telekinetic and android.
Oh, that's cool. What's your HP?
18.
What, 18?
Yeah.
Are you making a level 2 character?
Oh, we make a level 2?
Yeah, you make it level 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm not stripping you that level you earned. No. It's basically party level is what we do. Because then it's not fair
okay.
if like you die at 5th level, you come back at the 1st level. What are you gonna do?
Do we
Die
get-
again?
Do we get any XP for everyone dying?
You get 200. Well, I guess everyone gets 200 then, technically.
What was I gonna say? Yeah.
What page do I start on for
Heavy armor.
character
Heavy armor.
What page do you start on for creating a character?
Yeah.
Page 30. So you would have 23 hit points then, Bluecat.
Mhm.
That is a step down.
Where is it now?
What do you have a mutation and Omega Tech, Bluecat?
Oh, no, I didn't get that yet.
All right, let's get that. Make sure all your powers are written down and ready to use and all that stuff. What's your do you have a what are your weapons though too?
I'm using light two-handed.
What'd you roll?
A Yeti android.
What? You're a what? Sorry.
I'm a Yeti android.
Oh yeah.
Well, someone's happy about getting killed.
Smokey 2.0.
We have some redundant androids.
Has Smokey's memory files been uploaded to a new body?
Hey,
A Yeti.
make a mechanics check, Craig.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing now. What's my mechanics again? It is +5. Yeah, 18.
All right, so you kind of go over to your dead friend Perry. You kind of mourning still. You drag him over to the robot, and you just start taking him apart, and just start building stuff. You're not really sure what you're building, but you're building stuff. Make a science check.
How do
you
you
want to,
choose
you want
what-
to do a science check?
How do you choose which Omega things you get?
You make a D20 roll and add 3.
And then you just count?
And then I just count. And then if it's something you've already gotten, I go to the next one or the one behind it.
22.
It's 22. I'll get it. So
That's
you've been
28.
building for a couple hours now, and you step back to admire your work, and somehow you've taken the parts from the machine you'd killed and your dead friend, and you've created a giant Yeti, robotic Yeti.
I shall call you Smokey 2.
22 said?
unless you want to be called something else.
9,
Yes.
So it's like-
15, 18, 21, 22. You have a Sky Comp. You have a small handheld computer. When you turn it on, a little man in a black coat appears to answer your questions. As an encounter power minor action, you gain a +2 bonus to conspiracy checks until the end of the encounter. In addition, roll a d20. You can add the result to one conspiracy check you make. Yeah. So basically, you have a huge bonus to conspiracy.
Using power armor. I've equipped
Okay.
that.
So what are you again? You're a telekinetic android.
Yes.
Okay. What equipment do you have? What weapons are you using?
I have a light two-handed melee, light two-handed range. My kit, I have.
Hold on,
My
start with
inventory, I have
those.
explorers.
Your light
What?
your light melee weapon. What does it look like?
Oh, let's see. It's a whip.
All right, it's a whip. What does your light range weapon look like?
It's a hypnosis watch.
Hypnosis watch?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, you know those things people use to hypnotize people?
Okay, so you hypnotize them into hitting themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that works. What equipment did
And
you
then I
get?
have heavy armor.
Okay.
And what else do you need?
What equipment did you have? Like, did you get a truck? Did you get
Okay,
gasoline?
yeah. Explorer's kit, generator, binoculars, night vision goggles, pogo stick, and white glue.
So you have a generator and a night vision goggles. Okay. Perry, how are you coming along?
Just writing down my traits and stuff.
All right, take your time. All right, so you're mostly done, and we'll get on to what happens to the rest of the group once Perry's done writing his character. Yeah. I think we'll cut to when Perry's done. Does that sound agreeable?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. Hello, everybody. Really quick update. We had some technical difficulties and then scheduling conflicts, so this kind of is happening 3 weeks in the future, in the past, and very few of us actually remember where we left off, except we remember everyone died, and we remember making new characters.
Except me.
Yeah, Craig
I'm still
lived,
alive.
because Craig's quite strong. What I do remember is Craig was trying to, I think, rebuild his friends, because I know one of them was a robot.
Yep.
And let's see, what are you guys now? What are your new characters?
I'll go first. I am a Yeti android.
All right.
And I am a telekinetic android.
I'm not sure whether we should reintroduce ourselves just for sakes of people being able to recognize
I'm
who's
Bluecat.
talking with what. I'm Parry.
I'm Craig.
And everybody ignore the. I'm putting up like a black barb during this because I completely forgot to open up all the books I need, and I have to go through my own personal folders, and I have no idea what's in here. So I'm definitely putting up a little black bar here as I. I completely forgot I was
Can't
gonna need
have
this
them.
stuff.
Can't have them look at your
I'm more
private
than-
folders.
Well, yeah, nobody needs to like see
Them-
what I have a folder that's dedicated to like an 8 GB folder of World of Warcraft pictures and screenshots. Nobody needs to see that.
Yeah, World of Warcraft.
World of
Yeah,
Warcraft.
that's what.
Them World of Warcraft
Yeah.
pictures, or
Well, yeah, it depends. It depends on what the World of Warcraft pictures are like, though, doesn't it?
Seth.
Moving on before we have another explosive box that kills everybody or whatever killed everybody. Right. I believe we made some checks last time to determine your success or failure of rebuilding your friends. So, and I believe you succeeded. And again, I'd have to I don't know why I didn't go back and watch these before we started. That's kind of a huge problem
No,
on my
I
fault.
remember succeeding as well.
Yeah, I remember that very clearly. And I think at that time, Perry was gonna. We already figured that Perry was gonna be an android Yeti. We didn't know that Bluecat was gonna be a telekinetic android or whatever. Perry, do you have your HP set up properly?
Yeah.
So you have 32 HP.
Yeah, I forgot that I need HP, so there you go.
Alright, thanks. Right, so as you're basically tinkering with the shattered remains of your friend and the giant robots that you had just defeated, you over time rebuild what you think is your friend, and then you step back and go, you know, I think he'd be better if he had some of this, and you just kind of like reach into the giant robot, pull out a few things, and just start, hammering them on and adding some modifications, like a tube here, a giant metal plate here, old used radio here, some sort of microphone here, and before you know, you have this giant, like, hulking robotic monstrosity. And when you're finally all ready to go, you're like, yeah, this is what I want my friend to be like. You flip the switch.
Who are you calling
and,
a monstrosity?
I'm calling Perry a monstrosity. Does that answer your question?
Are you gonna let him do that, Perry?
Perry's dead, remember? So you go and you flip the switch. It's a big red button on his back that turns him on. You flip it up and you see his eyes glow like a bright blue. And you hear this voice go, "Reboot."
What did you do to me?
Yeah, I don't think putting a big red... actually, yeah, putting a big red off switch at the back is a good idea. Just don't tell the enemies that you've got this big red off switch.
You remember the self-destruct button, right?
Is that what we put inside you? Is that the button? The button that blew the machine up is the button in your back.
Recycle.
Recycling.
Oh man.
Remember, kids, save the environment.
So,
that put it dead.
oops, that just closed that. That's not what I wanted. Right. So, as you guys are sitting there, you kind of look over at your dead friend, kind of go, that's unfortunate. And then you hear a voice in your head, and I am super prepared today as I stand up and walk 5 feet to get the notes that I had for today. Let me just rummage through my note box here.
I like how he takes the time to rebuild me. And then we look at Bluecat and we're like, meh.
Hey, he was made of flesh and bone. I can't rebuild that.
Exactly. You need, like, stuff that you probably wouldn't want to use for that sort of thing.
Lego instructions.
Everything is awesome.
When you work as a team.
I can't find my notes for today. Forget it. I'll make it up as I go along. So you hear a voice in your head, and both of you hear this, by the way. It's the same voice, and it sounds kind of like an advertisement of some guy saying, "Do you like adventure? Do you like traveling? And do you like making ridiculous amounts of money? And if you do, then you should join the Sunny Day Travel Expedition Company." Or just Sunny Day Expedition Company, but that was the same thing. But still, you should join us. And you suddenly kind of have this image of a map, so a map of the area, and then there's a dot where you are, or where you guys think you are, and then it draws like a red line that kind of zigzags around terrain and through some towns, and finally ends at a town in the northernmost reaches of this mental map. And you hear the voice say again, "If you really, want profit and adventure and all that good stuff, then come join us." And then it's gone as soon as it came.
It's
but
basically
the
one of
image
those-
of the map is still in your head.
It's basically one of them like salesmen. They're like, "Do you want wacky, wavy, inflatable tube man?"
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
That should be an enemy in this. Just you gotta fight one of those.
Just turn it off.
I wouldn't be
You
surprised.
win. Ooh.
Well, which probably shoot laser beams and acid and things like that.
So just get a really long stick and press the off button.
Attaching.
I'll throw my rock at it.
So what do you guys do?
We ask how much.
He's gone. It was a one-way thing, and it was
Alright.
in our heads that we can follow if we want to. But the problem I'm having is, well, I don't want to say this because I'll end up getting us into even more trouble. But I'm going to say anyway. How are we going to get out of here? Because we've kind of killed the boss, and
There's still enemies, aren't there?
Shall we just cut his head off and just
Exactly.
walk out with his head and go,
because then
who wants some?
they'll all be like, "Oh my god, you killed him!" La 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 la. I
Maybe we
tell you
could
what we
be the
could do.
leaders.
We could just walk out, and I'd be like, "What's up, guys? These guys have been converted now. We need to
Saved our lives. We're eternally grateful.
As that, I like the idea of just walking out with his head and going, we're the boss now. Bye.
Yeah, but we could easily get us screwed up. If you want to do it, we can do
Nah.
We're the new boss. Bye.
it.
Yeah, we're the new boss.
And go on
We're-
holiday.
We put
We're
on
on
his
the-
head and pretend to
We're
be
taking,
him.
we're taking. Yes, put it onto Perry. Put the head on Perry. Just
just
put the
wear
head
his
on
face.
Sounds
Perry.
very
Just
familiar
pretend
to,
he
like-
had an accident. Yeah, I was just in an accident, so
Barry, doesn't this sound very familiar to the
Yes.
first time?
Yes, it so does. I want to. Can I talk about this, Seth?
Yeah, go ahead. I know what you're referencing. Go ahead, talk about it.
Right. Basically, I'm surprised that this came out because we had a D&D 4E group, and it was like our first adventure, and we're going through these caves, and there was a room with I can't remember what monster. I think it was just
Goblins.
normal goblins.
They're goblins. Like
Goblins, and we were basically outside this like sort of room, and we didn't know what to do. 'Cause we either had to, we were on low health, and we really didn't want to get in a fight.
No, you weren't. No, that's a complete lie. This is the second encounter of the day.
Oh, okay.
You fought a
we
bunch
were
of
at-
minions, and then
we
you
got-
ran into like 2 goblins, and you were
Okay,
like,
yeah.
"We don't want to fight these guys."
Yeah. And so we were like, we don't want to fight these guys. So we went back to one of the minions that we killed earlier, and we were like, hey, let's cut off this goblin's face, and we can have our gnome pretend that he's a goblin. Like,
I just want to make a note. This was all my brilliant idea.
and basically, the roll didn't go too well, and
No, the roll went well.
did it?
It just was destined to fail.
Because
We actually got an attack of opportunity, didn't we?
I
not-
don't remember. That was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Pretty
I
sure we actually
remember
got an
I remember the
attack
end result, but I don't remember the exact roll or what exactly went down. But I know it eventually translated
Anyways.
into a fight. Because if
Do
I
it
saw
again.
some guy walking around with a skinned off face of a human and wearing that, I'd be a little concerned.
I'd let him pass. I'd go, I don't want to mess with this guy.
Alright, Perry, where is face?
Okay.
Right.
I
So
mean, I'm
He's a robot.
a robot. I
It's a
don't-
robot Yeti, is what I'm saying. So if he says, "Oh yeah, I got into an accident, and now I've rebuilt myself as a robot."
Yeah, I used that robot that was laughing, and
Yeah.
used it to build myself back up because we had some trouble with the other android, and so we had to take him out, and that's why he's not here now. And yeah, I used some of his parts for me. Yeah. I don't know why I'm explaining this now because it's not as if we've encountered him yet. So
no, I mean
It
you're
sounds-
working out what you're gonna say. So is this what you guys want to do?
yeah,
I think it's a good idea.
I mean I don't have
Famous last words.
I don't have my like mask anymore to be able to like buff my way out.
No, that is a good point though, because I'm still holding on to all of the.
Have you gotten your mutations for the encounter yet?
No.
No,
You should probably do
um,
that. I think we're on +2 for that, so everyone make a D20 +2.
Or
Except for, well, Bluecat, you can do this too, but you just hang on to yours for a while until we get to you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Oh,
11,
cool. Everyone
12,
has a.
13. Do you guys have your cards out?
Yeah.
Not yet. I'm just trying to find where I put them.
Wait, or did we already do it?
Do what?
I don't.
Never mind.
I think you two would have done yours when you created your character, wouldn't you?
I don't have any.
Yeah.
No, they would have done it for
Unless,
Omega Tech. They would have done it for Omega Tech.
Oh, okay. Oh god, just drunk.
Yeah. Wait. What? No, I don't have anything listed. No, I don't think so. Anyway, I just opened up the.
Alright, so Bluecat, you have aquatic adaptation. You can breathe water and you gain a swim speed equal to your speed. If you overcharge this on a d20 roll of 10 or more, you can mentally communicate with fish within 1 mile. You got this one already. I know you already did. One of you already got this one.
No, I never got this.
It must have been Perry because we made a joke about being the two of you combined were Aquaman or something.
I remember being able to speak to fish.
That must have been you who got aquatic adaptation last time. But that's when you have.
Okay,
So you can look
aquatic
up all the specifics about it on your
Mhm.
end. Perry, you have Carapace? Yeah, Carapace. You have a +2 bonus to AC, but you have I dropped my phone. You have a -1 penalty to speed. And then you can overcharge this ability on a D10 roll of D20 roll of 10 or more. You have a bonus to AC goes up to 4 instead of 2. On a 9 or less, you form a cocoon. And while you're cocooned, you have a +10 bonus to AC, but you can't take any actions. So that might be a good one if you're in a pinch and everything's going bad. You just pop your cocoon, and it'll let you stay alive for a little longer. Alright. That's actually a pretty good overcharge failure, honestly. I mean, sure, you don't get to do anything, but you are, like, indestructible for a while.
Yeah.
I can't seem to
so-
find my Omega Tech.
What?
Did we get Omega Tech?
I don't
It-
think so.
check
I
your
haven't
character
got one
sheet.
listed.
I was gonna say, I have like
I know you have a
some
lot.
Megatechs. So
I think what we did is you got an
No,
Omega
we
Tech
didn't get
from
me and Perry once.
yeah.
I
You
picked
got
up their Megatech, and I got a couple of extra for
so just you can redistribute the Omega Tech that you got and the ones you picked off of them, how you
Yeah.
feel. Wait until
wait until we've met up with.
yeah, Bluecat. And so
What's this?
your mutation, Craig, is let's see, that was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Venomous Spurs? Yeah, Venomous Spurs is still on page 1. It's a platypus thing. As a standard action, melee, you can target one creature and the attack is your level +3, so 5 versus Fortitude. On a hit, it does
Okay.
1d6 strength modifier, plus twice your level, and poison damage, and target is dazed and takes ongoing poison damage. The ongoing poison damage is 5. On a miss, you can use this power again. When you hit with a power, you can roll a d20. If you get higher than a 10, you can use it a second time. If you get 9 or less, you also take the poison damage.
I do have this thing. Cool. I do have this like cog gear listed on my sheet.
Called what?
Cog gear.
I have no idea what that is.
It goes. It says cog gear. React physic damage to deal physic damage.
Is that a ability that you have as a...
No,
what
it's
is
not an ability. It's just something that I've got listed on my page, and I don't have a clue why.
What is it called again?
Cog gear.
Cog Gear. You're a Yeti, right?
Yeah.
A Android.
I have it listed where I have my
You guys made level 2 characters,
you-
right? So you chose your critical?
critical.
So you have either, like, for you, Perry, you either have a Android critical or a Yeti critical.
I took the Android critical.
Okay, just want to make sure. I don't know what that is. I honestly don't. I just did a search on the Omega Tech stuff, and I don't see anything. And I just looked at your both your races, and I didn't see anything there either.
I think I got it from Rolling for Loot.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well, then you
not
have it.
sure
I don't
then.
know what it does, but you have it.
Exactly. So I'm just a bit like.
I have a question.
I probably have an
But
answer.
it's
What's
not as
up?
if I wouldn't have written it down if I didn't have it.
No,
because-
I understand. So what's your question, Blue Cat?
On the aquatic adaptation, it says if I roll 10 or more, I can communicate. If I roll less than I think I can. Do you roll that and then I don't know if I can or not?
Depends. Do you feel like? I think with this group, I think I'll roll, and I will do it
no, I
off
feel like
camera
that's
as
pretty
well,
fun.
because
If you
otherwise I'm
roll it-
afraid of like metagaming.
No, I think you should roll it and not tell me. So
Yeah, I think
either
that would
can
be
or
I
think.
think
I
that
think
would
that'd
be
be funny.
agreeable as well.
How do we have this?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, Perry. You figure it out.
Oh.
I don't. I have other things I need to do. So everyone has their mutations. And what
Yep.
are you guys gonna do? Because we need to get the ball rolling here.
We are just basically gonna walk
Very
out
put this guy's face on.
and be like, "What's up, minions?"
But you're putting the
Oh,
Yeti's
yeah.
head on, right?
Yeah.
I thought that's already a part of me from what he built me from.
No, because the Yeti wasn't a robot. He basically just took parts from the giant red robot you fought and your own parts and built something new. The
Okay.
Yeti is an organic creature and therefore, not a robot.
Then I'll hollow out its head and then just put it on.
All right,
It's a bit grim.
I'm
All
a
right.
robot.
so you kind of like, how are you gonna get it off? First of all,
Does it
How am I
need
gonna
to?
get it off?
Light one-handed melee.
we'll get it off the head, the body.
I just
Cut it.
cut it at the neck.
With what? What
Like,
you have
at the
a cutting
bottom of the
weapon?
Yeah.
What's your weapon?
Well,
It's a
I don't have
butcher's
anything
knife.
on me currently because.
Well,
obviously
you
it's a
should,
new
because
character.
remember your weapon is just like
Isn't
a
he a
light.
robot? Can't he just like rip stuff apart?
I mean,
Theoretically, you could.
I listed my weapons, which was shit. I have a two-handed weapon.
Okay. So that as we've said before can be described as anything. So
Uh-huh.
if you want it to be a cutting weapon right now, you describe how you're gonna do this, and that'll describe your weapon.
It's basically a two-handed longsword.
Longsword. Nice, interesting.
And I'm not exactly just gonna be like, oh, and just cut it off and make a nasty job of it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be like,
Serrated.
I have it there, and I'll start cutting through, but then obviously when I hit the bone for the spine, I'll obviously then be like,
Thunk, thunk,
"Ugh,"
thunk, thunk.
to
Yeah.
get through that.
All right. So
And-
you hack at it for a little bit, and you go at it, and you go at it, and you finally
I
get
do a
through
nice
the.
clean job.
Yeah, it's a nice, very clean. Then you kind of like do your best to hollow it out, but then when you finally put it on, it still kind of drips a little bit. And it looks. I mean, from your point of view, Craig, it looks kind of weird because it's just a slightly like lumpy and kind of droop. And in certain places, it kind of like droops
Well-
in, and other places, parts of Perry's robotic Yeti head kind of pokes out, and it just kind of looks all very not the greatest thing in the world, especially since all of a sudden it's like really weird and disgusting Yeti face, all of a sudden robot.
Well, if he didn't want us mutilating his dead body, he shouldn't have tried to forcibly convert us, should he?
Exactly.
So,
It's
I
his
think it's a
fault.
fair trade.
Yeah. So I guess
Oh.
I look over to Craig and I'm like, "We good?"
Yeah, I think that's as good as we're gonna get it anyway. So,
Okay.
just,
So- I guess me and Craig just confidently just walk out the room.
wearing the skulls of our enemies.
All
Oh,
right,
God.
so you guys walk out and you head back toward the main room where your car was and where the other people were, right?
hmm
You head back to the main subway room, and everyone's still kind of milling around, and seems to be like the general entrance that people might stumble into. So they've posted obviously a lot of guards, little robots that are these little, I don't know what, the little squares here, and then we have the I believe I described them as pig creatures before. The two guys that were guarding this direction, and then back here, if I remember correctly, the little skeleton dude, I described him as kind of a humanoid-looking bunny. So he's like standing up on his little bunny feet. He's standing up on two legs, and he seems to have like kind of a crossbow and a sword. very kind of rusted-looking sword. And as you enter the area, any sort of talking or anything just stops, as literally everyone except obviously the robots, because they're just kind of booping and beeping around. And the robots are like small, very very small. They probably only come up to about your waist. Oh, that's gonna get annoying. Unfortunately, nothing I can do about that. So, anyway, I'll speak a little louder. Hopefully, that'll compensate. So yeah, the robots only come up to about your waist, and their top of it is just kind of a flat head top. So right about your waist, there'd just be a flat, smooth head of the robot. You could like set drinks or stuff on it, but it has like a singular camera eye, and it just kind of waddles around on 3 feet. But all of the few like 3 organic life forms stop and just stare at you, the two of you. They don't say anything; they just stare.
I do. I say. I shout in a like. I obviously, because I'm a robot, I can like do really good impressions of like, other creatures. So I do like I have a voice sounding like the Yeti sounded when he was like talking to his other like raccoon people. And I basically shout, "What are you staring at? Make sure that no one else comes through here." And I carry on walking with Craig out to the car.
Can you give me a interaction check?
Sure.
That's not good.
Let me find out what stuff I have for that. Oh, it's charisma, yeah.
How's your charisma, Perry?
-2. Do I have any bones?
Then roll a 20 then. We'll be alright then.
So the Yeti has a...
I have a bonus 4 to nature checks and a +1 to AC.
How in the world do you have a -2? How did you pull that off?
Because you made me have rubbish rolls.
Yes, because I made you have rubbish luck. That's
He told
all
the dice
my
to roll
fault.
poorly.
Completely my fault.
Okay. It's a decent roll.
14? Yeah, everyone just kind of like doesn't really question it and generally goes back to their duties. Though everyone keeps like a very wary eye, mostly because they don't really believe everything's okay. But nobody really feels brave enough to step up and question what might have just gone on or what is going on. Mostly because they're afraid their head might join the Eddies.
Oh
I
yes,
told
we need a
I
collection.
told you we should have just walked out with, with his head and gone.
Yeah, but I reckon they're more grossed out how they were wearing it.
Yeah, to be fair.
Alright, so you
So
head back...
that's gonna be a thing now.
Yeah, you head back to the car, which...
Tires are gone.
No, it still seems in decent condition, barring the fact that it was hit by a train earlier. And it's still there. Do you take the Eddie face off?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Just leave it on permanent.
I'm gonna grab a gun, wave it above my head.
+1 to AC for wearing.
Do you
Skull
have a
of
gun, Perry? Is that your ranged weapon, a gun?
No, I don't know.
Alright.
I'm gonna check under the car to make sure there's no like booby traps or anything.
Alright, give me a... As I pull up the chart again...
Nature check.
No, perception.
Yeah, perception.
Wisdom, key modifier.
Where are we gonna move our character things to?
Don't worry about it right now. It's not important.
20 wisdom.
Always.
Oh god, I got really bad wisdom. Bonuses to perception, please. Anywhere.
Are we all perception now?
Well, Craig can perception fight too, but it's just wisdom. So he's not... The only class that gets a bonus to perception is the Hawkeyed.
18.
18. That's good enough. You don't see anything.
That's good.
Good.
You
No, that's good news. That's good
At
news.
least you don't think
no.
there's anything there.
Nothing can escape these eyes. Especially with his head on.
So, Craig, are you driving now? Since Perry, I think, is a little too big to fit in the front.
Yeah, I'll drive.
I keep this on. I'm just like, chauffeur, go. This is just
Chauffeur.
yeah. This is just me like RPing in case anyone is watching us around here. I whisper that to you.
All right.
While we're getting in the car, just so you don't go, hey
Just play along.
bitch.
Yeah. So don't go chauffeur.
Yeah.
All right. So are we gonna drive to that place to see that bloke?
Yeah, sure. We don't have anything else better to do.
Yeah.
All right,
We'll
how are you
take
getting
us,
on the subway though?
Oh yeah, shit. I suppose we could drive back through the what's it, couldn't we?
Drive back to where you fell
checkpoint.
in.
I was going to say the checkpoint because that's what it was, right? That we were just in a checkpoint.
Yeah, you could drive past that area and see what's further down the subway track.
Sure. I mean, we could wait and see if we can catch the train.
Last time we had a run-in with the train, it kind of
I
tried
know,
to...
but I got this amazing head on now. He might stop for us. I don't know. We'll get back in the car, and then if he comes along, then we'll be like,
Yeah.
"What's up? What's up?"
We could just follow the train.
Uh-huh.
The last time we had a run-in with the train, we ran into a train.
We didn't run into it; ran into us.
We drive along the side, not the actual tracks, because we got our car up there from last time. So
I mean, you're gonna have to drive onto the tracks to get past this little checkpoint. I mean, this almost looks like a train station. You know, like this would be a station where someone would get off. But none of the doors that you guys walk through seem big enough to fit your car through. So really, your two options are drive onto the tracks to find out what's further down the train tracks, or drive back to where the radioactive thing was and try to get up there.
Well, which way does our mind map tell us to go?
Well, your mind map is a very general, it's like a map of, say, the United States. The map of the United States doesn't show you where the train tracks go that go under the ground. It just kind of says, here's a city, and here are the roads that are like highways and stuff like that. This doesn't map out where you guys are at right now. It's more of like, you guys are over in the swamp pits, so you need to get over to here by going to town A, B, C, and then transferring to town Q.
I think our best option is going back to where that radioactive pole thing was to get up on the side of the rail rather than driving down the rail.
I was going to say, would it be best to see if there's any insight into which direction we'd need to go?
Could do.
Interesting. If you want to do that, I would say make a... I'll be okay with a science check, a nature check, or an insight check. And I say nature for the purposes of trying to figure out which way is the closest way to like the sunlight and the outdoors and that sort of thing.
Well, I've got a +9 to science, so.
All right, yeah, and the science would be kind of like through the the concept of like, okay, we're in a subway station sort of thing where there's trains and stuff, which is knowing like the layout of stuff, where would be the best way to get us out of here.
Oh wow.
Because
I have a +11 to science.
Would I be able to do a check for that as well? Or?
Yeah, sure. Now, I mean, I would use more something like intelligence, but I'm limited on what like skills you can use. So science it is.
Wait, am I around?
No, you're not around yet. I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Sorry that it's taking so long, but I'm gonna get to you.
I have an 11 for science.
All right, Perry, what are you gonna do? Along with what he's doing.
What do you mean? What am I going to do? I rolled.
Oh, that was your roll?
No, I rolled a 16. He rolled a 15.
All right, what skill were you rolling for?
Science.
Science, yeah.
All right, you both like sit in your car for a moment. Perry's sitting in kind of the back of the pickup, and Craig's sitting at the steering wheel, and you both come to the conclusion that driving on the tracks will eventually get you somewhere where the tracks go above ground, so that you could drive off the tracks and onto regular ground. So you know how sometimes like subway stations or trains will go underground and then, or go through a tunnel or go underground and then above ground. It's kind of like that sort of thing that you kind of like realize that this line of like this train line might be like that as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I still think we should drive through the checkpoint because obviously they're trying to impede us. We can't really go backwards.
Sure.
Drive back for.
All right,
So,
so you guys,
so we're driving through this way.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll sit in the back and just
glare.
wave.
Just glare at everyone as you go past. It'll be alright.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
I'll look at everyone. Like, just be like, you what?
You what, mate? You
Yeah.
what?
So
Okay.
you guys drive back through the little checkpoint area, and you have to get onto the tracks at this point because they have the little barricades here. I don't have my pointer, so I can't point.
Ping.
But yeah, those little barricades that are over here, and yeah, there we go. And so you actually drive onto the tracks, and you're looking up at them, and they're looking down at you, and you see like one of you see the little bunny guy actually step forward, open his mouth, then look at you, think for a moment, and then close it and take a step back.
Good.
Yeah.
And
wisely.
you guys drive on this way through this kind of a tunnel system for a while until eventually you see a bright light off in the distance, and as you drive closer you realize it's like the opening of a tunnel. And you realize you've been driving up for like at a slight upward angle for a little bit, and as you kind of exit the tunnel you see that you are now above ground. And I don't mean above ground, I mean you are up above the actual earth. You were on like a little train track that is suspended in the air.
Yeah.
And as you drive forward a little bit longer, you realize that the end of the train tracks just kind of end.
Oh.
And
Do you have a parachute, Craig?
it's a good like 30-foot drop.
No. So I'm yeah. Well, obviously I'm going to stop because I don't want to.
You don't want to pull a parry.
Let's do this.
So
I mean, I have 100-foot rope, so we can go down.
You could probably lower the car down too. The two of you were probably strong enough to lower it down.
well, yeah. We could try and do that.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think that's-
I mean, I have a climber's kit, so if any of that helps.
I think I have an explorer's kit. Doesn't have the climber's kit stuff, does it?
I'm pretty sure you would have some rope as well. So, you know.
Yeah, the explorer's kit has a 100-foot rope as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So-
We'll
So you both get your ropes out,
slowly-
tie it to the car, gently push the car over while grasping your own ropes, and just gently lower the car over the edge, down to the bottom, and it just kind of goes, woo, do, 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 and your car's on the ground. Did you only want to do rope or two because you got to get down there eventually too, or how did you want to do that?
Well, I was thinking if we lower it down with 2 ropes,
Then
to
maybe
keep
like
it
tie
stable,
one of the ropes
and then drop one rope down because it will still be tied to the car,
Mhm.
and and then climb down, tie the rope that we've left to like the train track somewhere, and just climb down it.
All right, yeah. So you do that. You climb down. You retrieve your other rope. Are you gonna cut the other rope that you have still like tied up there, or you gonna try to yank it down, or what are you gonna do?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll give it a big tug and see if it. I'll give it a tug and see if it can't lodge it loose.
Parry sound. It seems like this is a bad idea to parry at least.
Yeah, I think you're gonna pull down the whole rail track thing.
So, right, and if we drive the car,
Shall
to
we
a safe
move the
distance
move
from
the
it,
car
yeah,
a safe
we'll move the car
distance from-
first, and then I'll try
and
and.
then you can give it a tug. Yeah.
All right. He gives
Give
it a
it
tug, and it comes undone down to the ground. That's the sound of the rope hitting the ground.
Okay. Yeah.
And you,
so we both got ropes.
Yeah, you retrieve your rope and head back to the car, and you guys start to drive toward the destination that your mental map gave you.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Well, it's a good like day's journey away. So you drive throughout like the night and the day, and the sun goes up, sun comes down, moon goes up, moon goes down, sun comes up again, and just as the sun's getting to the midday point, you see a small settlement in the distance, and you drive closer and closer, and it's a fairly small settlement. This is one of the more frontier settlements. This is probably like the last settlement before you get into kind of unexplored territory to the north. And you see a surprisingly large amount of like cars and wagons and just general all sorts of vehicles just parked up toward the northern portion of the town. People just kind of milling around, little camps set up, that sort of thing. And you're just surprised by the large amount of people in such a small settlement.
Do you think maybe just for now we should kind of remove the Yeti? Shall I call it the Yeti mask from your head?
I tuck it in
Just-
a pocket.
just-
I tuck it in a pocket.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll.
It makes
Yeah.
a
Wear it when we go back
squishing
on the road.
sound and kind
Actually, I
of.
put it in my bag. I put it in my bag. You know, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, keep it
I
back.
don't.
for later,
Yeah, I
but
want to keep it pristine.
I mean, this is just a regular town. We don't really want a cause of panic.
Yeah, I mean, I'll whip it out and put it on if we need to. Say, rob a
Do
bank or
you
something.
clean off your robotic face as it's kind of red and
Yeah, I basically
just kind of wipe. Little across your eyes, little like mini windshield wipers go off.
I wipe a bit off on my bedroll, and yeah.
All right, so you guys start to drive, get really close to the town. What do you do though? Like, where are you gonna go? What are you gonna talk to? That sort of thing.
I think we should we want to park the car away from all the other cars. We want to park it hidden, are there trees? Are there trees around here?
Nah, think of like a flat, barren wasteland, kind of like rocky, no real grass. To the north, you actually see these kind of like rocky cliffs. Imagine if just the earth just fell down like 100 feet or more, and just kind of sunk down. And there's like a wall of rock to the north. The settlements are generally known as friendly areas, and by friendly as in, you won't have someone kill you for your car, or at least if they do, they'll get arrested and probably executed. So generally people don't, at least in settlements, don't commit criminal acts for fear of
Yeah, so
retribution.
So it's a good idea that we took the mask off his face then.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
yeah.
But you really, you wouldn't have any fear of someone trying to take your car if you drove it into the settlement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
We
guess
just
I
drive in.
just drive up to the place, get out the car, make sure. Well, I took my mask off in the car. Put that in my bag. We drive up, get out the car, I guess. Make sure to take the keys. Lock the car. And then
Oh, goodness.
I guess there's this. Is there like a main building in this map that we're heading to, or?
No. You see a lot of people kind of milling around in the kind of the camps in front of the town. You see kind of a bigger camp. Seems like a central camp. You see a lot of people milling about it. It's a lot fancier. It's a lot taller than all the other camps. There's actually like rugs that are supposed to be floors and pillows. And at the camp you see a hawk-like fellow. He's got little hawk legs that kind of grow up into these more meaty, feathery legs, and his arms have feathers going down to actual like grasping hands, and he's got more of a hawk-like face. And you guys have played Pokemon X and Y, right? Any of you?
No.
No? Great, the imagery I was going to go for now is not going to work.
Google Images is fine.
I don't even know. I don't know the name of the actual Pokemon, but if you look at the Hawkoid in the Game World rulebook, I don't know if you guys have that. I think I sent that to you. It kind of looks like that. That's what I'm trying to describe, basically. Except this one looks very fancy. His feathers are very clean and polished. His fur or feathers are very silky and smooth. And next to him sits an android, a robot. Bluecat, describe your character.
He's a robot.
Yeah, what does it look like?
He's very skinny and wiry.
Wiry is in like lots of wires or
No, as in like thin.
ah, okay.
I don't know. Put me on the spot.
Put everyone on the spot. That's my part of my charm.
Uh, uh, quote unquote charm.
All right, we'll get back to that. But as he notices the hawk, as the hawk notices you, he kind of leans over to you, Blue Cat, pushes a few buttons that are kind of sticking out of you, and Perry and Craig hear in their heads, "Hey, come over! I see you're here to join our expedition. At least I hope that's what you're here for."
Yeah. I go up to the
Smell
Hawk
a
guy
small.
and talk to him.
Okay, what do you say?
I'm like, hey,
Greetings!
How are you this fine day?
Oh, I am absolutely splendid. I'm glad you arrived. We were going to leave in a few days, and I hope we'd have gotten a few more hire-ons.
Why did you choose us?
I didn't really choose you. It's and he kind of points to Bluecat. This is a very fancy and wonderful android, telekinetic android, and I've been using his services to send out advertisements to hire people of extraordinary strength. It's a blanket signal. I don't pick who gets sent to. Gets sent to everyone, but
Oh, okay.
it works really well, and he kind of motions to everyone around him. Brought all these people here to my fine expedition.
Yeah.
Cool. Where's your expedition going?
To the far reaches of the unexplored north. I know a way, and he kind of raises his hand with like a single finger and kind of shakes it at you. I know a way to get through the rock wall over there. And you see the rock wall I described before, way off in the distance. There's a secret passageway, and I know how to do it, how to get through it. That's this expedition. We're going to go through the crevice, as I call it, to find out what's beyond that rock wall.
rock walls.
Do you think we're going to come into any trouble?
Oh, it's the unexplored north. You coming on? You interact with trouble every day. I mean, if you don't live in a settlement, you enter these wastelands, and so yes, that's a yes.
Okay.
What are you hoping to find?
Anything of value. I do know that there is a facility with from before the incident. So, as long as it hasn't been looted, and I'm pretty sure it hasn't, since we're going to completely unexplored territory, there should be a vast wealth of ancient technologies that we can profit off of.
And how do we know that we will get our
Yeah.
cut of this wealth?
Because you're under contract, and as a businessman, I am obligated to fulfill the contract.
I'm sure the contract will, will be
Fair.
completely enforceable. I'm sure it will be completely enforceable in the middle of nowhere, with our backs turned.
Yes.
I mean, just.
I know that, but put it this way. I have a number of personal hires which are loyal to me above their paycheck, and I have made sure to have a equal or slightly lesser number of hires on the outside that are more motivated by money. So if I betray you and don't give you your fair share, there is certainly enough of you to challenge me and my men.
Yeah.
And if you turn on us and try to betray us, there's certainly enough of my men to take out you. It's, what was it? There was an there was a hot war. It was a lukewarm war way back when, before the incident between two giant nations. Or was it a medium heat war? I never really was good with history. But it was like, both these countries wouldn't kill each other, because if one tried to kill one country, that country that attacked would die, or something like that. That's why they called it a lukewarm war or something. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Right, can we see this contract?
Of course, of course.
And I guess he
And he
brings
kind of
it.
like pulls out a piece of paper, and it's basically just says, you get X amount of money now up front, and then you get X amount of money per day. And the amount of money you get per day will be paid back when you get back to the town and finish the expedition. It doesn't promise a percentage cut of anything found. It simply says you get money now up front, and the longer we spend out in the wild wilderness wasteland, you get more. So the longer the journey takes, the more money you get.
So, I mentioned that I see that it doesn't say that we get a percentage of what we find.
Well, you don't know how to get there. So I get to choose the terms of the contract.
Do you have any means of finding anything? Like, do you have any means of actually finding stuff of worth when you're in there? Or are you just going to hope that if you, like,
Well,
open a door, it's going to be...
I have a good eye for technology. I'll know what is valuable and what is not.
I mean,
I
me
know
and my
exactly-
friend here.
I was about to say, what if I told you I have a surefire way of being pointed
The
in
most
to
valuable.
the most valuable objects?
What if I told you I know exactly where I'm going, and I know exactly what's already there, and exactly what we'll be getting? I just need someone to protect me while I
So
get there.
if it's unexplored, how do you know exactly where it is?
'Cause I've
You've
been
just
there.
told us that you.
You
And
said
how
it
is
was
it
unexplored.
unexplored?
Because kind of like puts his hand on his like beak-like face. I don't think you're quite understanding what it means by unexplored. Just because I've gone there and come back doesn't mean it's fully explored. I know exactly where one certain place is
I see what you're saying.
is.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you know the general direction we're going in.
Exactly.
We have
I've been there. I know what's there. It's just very dangerous, and I can't get what's there and come back. I barely got it back with my life last time.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not
That
sure.
makes more sense. I'm still like it's this whole you keep whatever you find.
Well, it's a long journey, and
It's
you
a
will
long
be
journey,
paid
yeah.
handsomely. And you do know another reason I'm not like giving any details of exactly how much is because money really doesn't seem to be, at least from what I read in the rules, a big deal in Gamer World. So it's more of
Yeah.
an abstract sum.
No, yeah. No,
So,
I
like, the
I
terms of the
understand that. I
contract
understand.
are extremely generous. Like, you would not get a contract like this anywhere. It's extremely
Mm.
generous.
Does it seem too generous?
Well,
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, if you were just transporting something mundane or escorting people from town to town, yes. But given the nature that you're going to an extremely dangerous environment where you don't know what to expect, it doesn't seem that extremely generous. And you would also, considering how dangerous the area is going into, people are going to die. Therefore, he won't have to pay everybody the amount that he's promising.
Yeah. I see. It's one of those.
So, if you can survive, you definitely earned your wages.
Okay.
I want to make sure that I keep an eye on him throughout this journey, though. So
All right,
just to make sure he's not going to pull any sort of
fast ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you guys go stand there on that thing while I pull this lever and shut you in.
Yeah, that's something everyone's always. You see that generally people are friendly, but everyone's got an eye on everyone else, considering
Uh-huh.
the nature of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I turn to Perry and I say, "Well, think of it this way: if you get broken, I'll build you again. How about that?"
Sounds fair to me.
So,
I'm up for this. I put my hand out to the Hawkman and go. So I say, we're in. Do we need to sign this contract?
Yes, and he kind of hands you the contract. His name has already been
is there
stamped.
any before I stop him and I just have a quick look over it? Is there any like small print that like?
Yeah. I was gonna scan
Really?
it. I was gonna scan it, but because I'm an Android, yeah, I use this like as an excuse for flipping everything. Because I'm an Android, I can read really fast.
Sure.
And I can quickly scan through it, and so I've read like every single word on the contract like within like 5 seconds.
Yeah, so generally it seems pretty basic. The businessman here is not responsible for any death or injury that might occur on the journey. If you die on the journey, your profits are forfeited and they don't go to any friends, family, or anything like that. along with he's not responsible for feeding you. He's not responsible for pretty much you in general. You have to take care of yourself, but you are responsible for making sure that he gets to his destination safely, and that he can responsible for him getting the artifacts back to the city safely.
Okay. So it's fine. I don't need to eat or drink or breathe.
Or sleep.
True. Yeah. Okay then.
So yeah, I guess we sign this
All right.
contract.
You sign here, 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 and then he kind of flips the page over a couple more times. Oh yeah, sign here, 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 here. He flips it 4 more times. Oh, and sign right here, and if you could sign here in a very large font, thank you. And then he just kind of takes the papers and stows them in some kind of like filing cabinet that kind of has little wheels on it that you can roll around.
So I obviously make sure I'm reading everything that I'm signing, just to make sure that I'm not signing, say, after the journey, you agree to let me lock you in a cage, and you're my bitch.
Sure, yeah, and you don't see anything like that. It seems to be a reasonable contract.
Uh-huh.
I mean, obviously, it's somewhat heavily weighted toward the Hawks,
Him.
but considering the nature of the journey, that seems fair.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, it's going to be a long journey, isn't it?
Drag it on.
So he kind
Oh
of
no, your tires have popped.
he kind of files that away and kind of looks around and goes, right, we'll be leaving in about probably tomorrow at dawn, so you should definitely buy some supplies at the town. Make sure you have enough food and gas. Make sure you have enough gas if you have a car, or enough food for whatever's bringing your carriage or whatever you're driving.
Okay.
And you do notice that a lot of people have vehicles. Some of them have, a lot of them actually have little like carriages and carts that are hooked up to these like insect creatures. Like imagine like giant ants.
Oh, we need that. Let's get one of them. If one of them dies, we're gonna take it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a car for now. Though. Oh, do we
Oh,
have
actually,
to go?
I might have forgotten to mention this, and so we'll rewind a tiny bit. As you're signing the contract, Perry, you do notice something that says if you die, all of your belongings are forfeit to the Hawk.
Oh, that's bullshit. So if someone else dies, I can't have his stuff.
So what happens if the hawk dies? Is that?
Forfeit it to me, yeah.
If there is actually an independent clause that if the Hawk dies, well, there doesn't really need to be a. If he dies, the whole expedition is moot, and you don't get any money. It's kind of a
Well,
moot
yeah,
point.
because can't give us any. Yeah.
But
Still get artifacts.
if he dies, we'll be like fairly near, and we can use our little tool.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
So as long as he gets us through that crevice,
Yep.
and if he dies past that crevice, then we can use our tool. So I mean,
Well, I don't think we should. I don't think we should go out of our way to kill him.
I'm not
Just
saying
like
no. I'm just saying if
bit
it,
mate
if it happens,
if it
I'm
happens.
not saying we're gonna make it happen, but
Oh, yeah.
if it happened, like accidentally, like I mean, I'm not trying to suggest that we're gonna try and do this. It makes it sound like I'm trying to say that we're gonna kill him, but
Oh yeah.
if it
No.
happens, like there's always the possibility that someone's gonna die. So if someone does die and it happens to be him, then we can obviously use our tool, and we haven't lost our way of this expedition.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that we're gonna go out of our way and kill him, but
Oh no.
you know.
Okay.
Just so obviously we haven't wasted our time walking, we can obviously use our tool.
All right.
Okay.
So all day, you guys gonna go buy some supplies and then turn in for the
I think-
the evening, or you have anything else to do here?
I don't really need to buy any
do we
food
need
and
to-
stuff.
Do we need to fix the what's it?
The car?
The
Yeah,
car?
is there any like spare parts to fix the car in this like?
Well, all right. You go through the town. You do find a mechanic. Do you show him the car?
Yeah, show him the car.
Sure.
So.
He looks a little
So-
baffled at how you got your car so banged up. He's kind of like,
Running with a pig man and a train, mate.
and he looks even more confused now.
Just
But-
don't ask.
He kind of looks it over again and goes, well, it's pretty banged up. I probably take me, with all the orders, I've got a week to fully get this thing back in the same condition it was before this wreck. But if you're on that expedition and you're leaving tomorrow, I can see what I can do by then. It won't be perfect, but I can definitely make it a bit
I don't
more.
know. Well, if you can make it, you know,
I can take out a lot of the dents.
run a bit
and
better. Yeah.
Maybe replace the axle if I have time.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just because obviously we're going on that expedition tomorrow, so we want to make sure that obviously it's a bit better than the condition than it is now.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I'll see what I can do.
So, all right, thanks. Shake his hand.
And then, yeah. And then I'm going to need to get some rations, aren't I? Rations?
Yeah, and that's really straightforward. You go, you buy however much rations you need, and you have them that you can store them in your car.
I guess we're obviously going to want to get fuel as well. So,
Again, straightforward. You go to the
we've still got fuel.
You go to the mechanic and you buy some more fuel. I'm pretty lenient because I don't want this to turn into Seth Grey and the
Adventure
Accountants.
Yeah. It's a good name for a band, though.
I took accounting this semester. That needs to be my band name now. Seth Grey and the Accountants. A whole like rapping about assets, long-term liabilities, dividends, common stock, that sort of thing, debits and credits.
Yeah.
Gotta push it to the legend.
That would also be a good name for a band, Debits and Credits.
Man, you were on a roll today, man.
Just, you know.
Alright, so after you basically acquire everything else you need to for the expedition, you find a nice place to sleep, maybe set up camp somewhere, and just sleep off till the dawn.
Can we talk to Perry? Is Perry because Perry only seemed to do stuff when he got pushed a button by the Hawkman. Who's now we don't even know.
Well, Bluecat could have said something, but he was very quiet, so I didn't really know what to do there. Because he was there, and I kind of was expecting Bluecat to say something witty.
Did I say Perry?
You did say Perry, but I know who you're talking about.
If Bluecat wants to talk about himself now quickly, I need to go to the toilet.
Okay.
So.
I was really expecting Bluecat to say something witty when you guys were over there.
So yeah,
Something
Bluecat,
witty.
shoot.
Cool.
Fill this 20 seconds.
I didn't realize I was supposed to talk.
Well, no, I mean you were in the area, and I just kind of expected due to your personality that you would say something.
I was confused.
I'm sorry.
Thought I wasn't a part of the team yet.
Well, you aren't, but you were there, so that's why I had you describe your character. Because you could have said something, but you didn't. So, yeah, about that. Lovely weather we're having.
It's really hot, man.
Yeah. Well, I think.
I had to deal with that.
Oh yeah, you live on the I don't know. Can I say?
What?
Yeah, California's a big state.
Well, I was gonna say the West Coast. I was gonna make it even more general.
California is the West Coast.
No, you have Oregon and Washington, and then Arizona. That's West Coast territory.
We don't talk about Arizona.
But they have such great iced tea.
Oh, now I want Arizona iced tea.
I always want Arizona iced tea. Always. Right, well, I think that's where we're going to end it for here. And we'll come back next time with the beginning of the expedition. Sound good?
Okay.
Yep, sound good to me.